I can't remember myself, maybe last year when the Padres took on the Dodgers and it was this big, like, here we go. Finally, the Padres think they're on the same par as the Dodgers last year. But before that game came on last night, there was an energy. There was an energy in the entire industry. There was an energy in San Diego, obviously. So I wanted to look at it through a little DeRo details because we got to give A.J. Preller and Mike Rizzo just all the love in the world for pulling off arguably one of the greatest trades of all time. And you could feel it. It was a playoff atmosphere last night. This is what we're about. As a player, I was so focused on trying to help my team win. I never got too caught up in what was going on around me or outside me. But how can you not take a step back and realize that A.J. Preller gets it? They're entertainers. And they went out yesterday, and Juan Soto, the way the fans rallied around him, the energy was palpable. And then to hear Orsillo and Mud Grant go on the call, it was just an awesome environment. And for the next 2 months to watch these guys in this uniform is going to be special. But when the dust settled, regardless of all the new guys, who was the best player on the field? Manny Machado. 3 absolute rockets, picking it defensively, just doing a myriad of things for this team. Okay. Diving into the second point of DeRo's details. Brandon Drury at the deadline, I never expected after everything the Padres would do. Oh, by the way, we're getting Brandon Drury. 20 home runs going into last night. And Chad Kuhl, you should have listened to Eric Nay's researcher to the stars, because just about 2 weeks ago we told you he hammers the off-speed pitches. It is crazy what he's been able to do this year on off-speed. This was a guy, a 15, 16 homer guy with Arizona when he first came up, and then he gets traded to the New York Yankees in 18, and he's supposed to be their third baseman. It doesn't go according to plan, and he has to rethink some things. Well, whatever he's thought about, it's been about hammering the off-speed pitches. Take a look at this. His season splits versus fastball, 298 with 6, a 471 slug. But versus the off-speed pitches, 241 with 15 bombs. And the highest slug versus non-fastballs this year. You got some of the game's elite fighting for MVPs, and there's Brandon Drury. So, would I have been on an 0-0 bases loaded slider right there? Absolutely not. But diving into the numbers, you can understand why he was. This is a guy that likes to get out on his front side, and he sees to see spin well because he hammered that baseball. And a handsome fellow coming around second base as well. But to me, outside of the energy in Petco Park and everything that made you smile about the game, Blake Snell has been really good for San Diego. And if they want to win a World Series, they have to come up with 3 guys who can take the bump for them in the postseason. You know Darvish is one. You probably know Joe Musgrove is the second one. Who's it going to be out of the remaining Clevingers and Minayas and Blake Snell? Well, watching him last night, you hear all these guys come on and talk about my stuff plays, I just got to give it a chance. When Blake Snell throws his heater in the strike zone, he almost becomes unhittable because it opens up this wipeout slider and breaking ball that guys cannot pick up. I mean, that is backdoor to Connor Joe. That might have been off a little bit, but you get these sweeping, ugly swings. And let us not forget, 2020, he was heroic against the Dodgers in the World Series. And Kevin Cash came and got him, and we've talked about that a million times over. But he is a guy, look at the season splits. First 8 games, we didn't know what was going on. Didn't make sense to us. Last 6 games, 4-0 with a 2.56. So I think if I'm Bob Melvin, the energy when I got back to my office, you can't deny. You look at the lineup with Josh Bell in the 4 slot and Cronzone in 5, Drury 6. You have to love what you're about. But I get in the shower last night before I leave that park going,
this is it.
Blake Snell is hot for me, and he could get a postseason start and an NLCS start and a World Series start. Like, you need the arms.
Such a good point. talk about Bob Melvin's lineup, A.J. Preller went to him. He said he went to him early when he was on Soto and Bell, and he said, I'm thinking about Soto and Bell. And immediately Bob Melvin's with his pen. He's like furiously writing out
How does it
lineups.
flow?
He's like, that'll work. That'll work. Yes.
It was what an atmosphere.